Yo, what's up guys? It's me exactly back bringing some more daily NBA news. Thank you for coming back once again. You guys already know that you are the real MVPs, and if you haven't already, go ahead and smack that like button and the sub button as well so you can stay up to date with everything that goes on in the NBA. But now let's take a look at everything that is going on in the NBA. But first, a quick word about this video sponsor, JumpShotTrainer.com. Perfect your jumper using JumpShotTrainer.com, as their method is proven to increase your shooting accuracy by limiting resistance from your offhand. You can learn more by visiting the links in the description box below. First up in the news, from the sound of things, as well as what this group of writers and media panel people were saying, the New York Knicks are about to become an absolute powerhouse in the 2019-2020 NBA season. Look, so there's already been tons of speculation regarding the possibility of Kyrie Irving and Jimmy Butler teaming up together on the same team in the Eastern Conference next offseason. And the behavior of both those players this offseason doesn't do much to try and calm down those rumors. Of course, Jimmy Butler turned down his contract extension offer that he received from the Minnesota Timberwolves, and Kyrie Irving said that he's not willing to commit to any team until next summer. So the possibility of them teaming up in the East to form their own super team is there. As for the destination, we all know that it would most likely be the New York Knicks. The Brooklyn Nets are a possibility, but that one only makes sense if a third guy is looking to team up, since the Nets can afford to bring on 3 max contracts next offseason. But the most likely destination would be the Knicks. And articles came out yesterday verifying that it is the New York Knicks who have the highest chance to land both Kyrie Irving and Jimmy Butler in the summer of 2019. And that's especially true for Jimmy Butler, as the media panel gave Jimmy Butler a 42% chance of joining the New York Knicks. So that's twice as likely for him to join as opposed to the runner-up Los Angeles Lakers. As for Kyrie Irving, it's not as much of a sure thing, as the favorites to land him are still the New York Knicks with a 47% chance, but the Boston Celtics still have a strong chance to keep him too with a 44% chance. So by the end of the season, I feel like it'll be 50-50 between the Knicks and the Celtics. However, I do want to say that the thought of Kyrie Irving leaving the Celtics does sound kind of foolish to me at first, but then I was thinking about it and I was like, well, if both he and Jimmy Butler were to join the New York Knicks, it's not like he would be leaving from a great team to a worse team. He'd be leaving from a great team to form another freaking great team. The Knicks would then, of course, be in the running to be the best team in the Eastern Conference and maybe even a championship contender. They would have Kyrie, Butler, Knox, Porzingis, the rookie Mitchell Robinson looks promising, as well as wildcards such as Frank Ntilikina and Mario Hezonja, depending on how they progress. And personally, I do think that Mario Hezonja is about to surprise some people this season. This is the guy who in Orlando last year I was keeping tabs on, and when he actually got playing time, touches, and opportunities, the dude looked like he could go out there and get a bucket against anyone. I'm just saying, it's just that he was on the Magic. Yeah, he was on the Magic. In other news, there has been a heck of a lot of talk regarding Carmelo Anthony this summer, and especially as of late after he officially joined the Houston Rockets, and even more so after those reports came out hinting that Carmelo Anthony might actually be coming off the bench for the Houston Rockets after he refused to do so with the Oklahoma City Thunder this past season. And if Melo were to come off the bench this year, I think for most people that would officially symbolize him entering the twilight of his career, where he can no longer be recognized as one of the game's elite players. That would just become a fact, but not for everyone it seems, as his former teammate Nene Hilario just said, and try not to laugh when I say this, but Nene Hilario just said that Carmelo Anthony should still be considered a top 10 player in the NBA. He can be whatever he wants to be. He's talented. It doesn't matter how old he is. When he commits to do the right thing and they use his talent, man, get out the way. Simple as that. For me, he's still a top 10 player in the league still. Now, of course, Nene is just trying to stick up for his old buddy, one of his old teammates. Everyone's been bagging on Carmelo Anthony as of late, so he's trying to show him that he has his back, which I can understand that. I ain't got no problem with that. But when you say something like Carmelo Anthony is still a top 10 player in the NBA when everyone on this planet, including Carmelo Anthony himself, knows that that's simply just not true, you lose all your credibility. Any defense you make for Melo goes straight out the window when you claim that he's still a top 10 player in the NBA. And for what will be our final story of the day, one player that I think everyone needs to keep an eye out for this upcoming season is D'Angelo Russell. Now, yes, I know I was saying the same thing last offseason. Heck, every NBA fan period was saying the same thing last offseason, that D'Angelo Russell was about to have a breakout year now that he's on the Brooklyn Nets. Didn't go that way last year. He underperformed big time and was also dealing with some injuries throughout the season. This year, though, things are about to be different, as over the course of the summer, article after article after article have come out all saying similar things. That D-Lo has been working his butt off. One of his friends in the league, Devin Booker, said this after D-Book signed his contract extension about a month ago, and now the head coach of the Brooklyn Nets, Kenny Atkinson, is saying very similar things, as he had this to say yesterday. He's a talented guy. He's got great court vision, incredible hand-eye coordination, really understands the game. He wants to be great. He's been in our gym all summer. In the NBA, it's not an obligation. You've got to want to be there. So he's been there. He's really been working on his body. He's got to make strides there. He's got to get stronger. He's worked on his explosiveness, but he's proven to me by being there every day this offseason. Now, what I think happens to some players, especially players like D'Angelo Russell, who are taken into the NBA with a top pick in the draft, there's a lot of hype surrounding them. They get to the NBA and they feel as if they don't need to work anymore. They made it here and they're going to be just as good here as they were in college. He was destined for NBA stardom. So what does he do? He doesn't put in the work since he has all this money now and would rather party instead of get his butt in the gym and work on his game. So he does that for the first 3-4 years of his career. Then after that, he looks back and he sees, dang, I haven't gotten any better whatsoever since I first came into the league. And now that he's about to hit free agency for the first time next offseason, he realized that unless he has some type of spectacular off-the-charts season this upcoming year, he can forget about any type of Brinks truck backing up into his driveway. He'll still get paid, but it won't be anywhere near a max contract. I think for Russell, it was that realization right there that got him thinking to himself, dang, I really need to get my act together here if I want to become anything special in the league. It takes some players longer to realize this, some players never realize it at ever, so I'm glad that D-Lo finally realized it. And that is going to bring us to today's question of the day, where I ask you guys a question based on what we had to talk about in today's video. And today's question of the day is going to be this: what do you guys think about D'Angelo Russell for this upcoming season and for his career going forward? Do you think that he can still save it? Do you think that he can still live up to the expectations and the potential that he had when he first came into the league? Let me know what you think down in the comment section below using the hashtag QOTD for your chance to be featured in tomorrow's video. And speaking of which, in yesterday's video, after Kevin Durant said that players are finally starting to realize the amount of power that they have over the league, I asked you guys if you think the players have too much power, and here's what you had to say. Way better that they had this power than to be stuck in the NFL. The commissioner, owners, coaches, and sometimes fans are against them making decisions for themselves, and they don't get paid enough considering the risk. NBA players should just make moves that don't mess up everyone else's situation. Players definitely have too much power. IMO, if you sign a contract, you should play with that team until it runs out. That's how contracts work. I think players have just the right amount of power. You only get one career and you should have some say in it. However, with power comes responsibility, and players should realize the possible repercussions of their decisions. I think players for the most part have done a pretty good job of not abusing the amount of power that they have, because they do seemingly have all the power in today's NBA. Sure, there have been a couple of cases over the past couple of years in which players did take matters into their own hands, but I don't think this will become a serious problem until this becomes a major trend, until star player after star player requests a trade or does something to get out of their current situation, refuses to play, does something to abuse the power that they have, or more players do something like DeMarcus Cousins did, where they take pennies on the dollar in order to go win a quick championship. If these things keep happening, then it'll be only a matter of time before, you know, the NBA is forced into another lockout. Anyways, that is going to do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, be sure to smack that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future videos. Thank you once again for watching. I'll see all of you right back here next time, but until then, I'm out of here. Peace!